Recording in progress.
Welcome to the week 4 in review BONESTORM wrap-up video, and Kevin Heath with his background of Hogwarts.
So I'm looking at the week 4 slides that you're sharing, and your ongoing test to see if I know everyone. I do not, although I do know because I saw a lot of the game.
Okay, let's see.
That is Richardson on the bottom right-hand side.
Correct. Over there is Richardson. Yes, number 5. Okay, let's go. Keep going.
Okay.
One person has his name showing it to you. Can you see who this guy is?
Matt? Hold on.
Close. Something with an M.
Yeah, I see the M. My eyes are no good. Let's see. Moore?
Uh-huh.
Is that DJ Moore?
Hey, folks, you got it.
Let's go. And then got
I'll give you the 49er. He's on defense.
The 49er on defense. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Fred Warner.
I don't know.
You got to know who the guy in the Kansas City uniform is, right?
Yeah, is that Mahomes?
Yes, that's Mahomes. Okay. And over up in the top left, the Raider hugging the Charger. The Charger quarterback's name is
Herbert.
Yep, Herbert. And then the last one, if you can't see his number,
good. I'm doing pretty good.
Just don't get ahead of yourself. These are huge people. You should know all these. Okay. In the bottom left corner, he's a Detroit Lion, and his number is 14.
Detroit Lion 14.
Detroit Lion, number 14. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
St. Brown. Oh, okay. Equanimous.
How do you not know this? Yes, exactly.
I know.
You only know Equanimous because he was on Notre Dame squad. We're moving on to week 1, you slacker. Get better.
All right.
First up, we got Kevin Heath versus the Waller Brawlers, or should be the Baby Friars after this one. This was a pitiful performance.
It was, and this was a rematch from just one
week ago.
You see what a difference a week makes. Any given Sunday, as my man Al Pacino says. Okay, Derrick Henry.
We live in a game of inches.
That's right. I just heard that too, which is very weird. He finally reared his head again. Derrick Henry get me 28.38,
and threw a touchdown, right? Wasn't that awesome?
Yeah, that was cool. And did you hear his stats on when he throws? Okay, so he's like 7 for 8 when he throws.
Really?
Yes, and I think like 4 of them are for touchdowns. So
that's cool. Yeah,
he's got an incredible throwing quarterback rating.
Right on. Yeah, his quarterback rating is out of this world. That's great.
All right, but
Kirk Cousins didn't come through for you. Wow, what happened there?
No, he didn't. Well, okay, he had a much better score. He ended up throwing a couple of picks in that game. I don't know if you saw.
Each time. No, I didn't see
the. He threw one early, because at one point I had like negative points. But then he kept going. He was doing great, and then at the last minute he ended up throwing a garbage one at the end. But it wasn't enough to take down my man Kev, who had big days from everybody, including nearly 40 from Nico Collins. Good God, and the Texans give him almost 20. His kicker gives him 20.
That's insane. Yeah, Jake Elliott, huge game.
But it ended up working out. We ended up splitting the 2 weeks, so that's fine.
Yes. Yeah. Great game from Kevin. Russell Wilson, boy, that was a crazy game. I know you were talking about how you finally have access to the red zone. That Chicago game, they were up like 28-7 or 28-3 or something. And then slowly they just let Denver come all the way back and win the game. I'm like, that's got to be heartbreaking if you're a Bears fan. That's got to suck. Meanwhile, Houston dismantled the Steelers. They still
won, right? They still...
No, Chicago lost, dude.
Denver won.
Denver won.
That's right.
That's insane. Yeah, unbelievable. Nico Collins had a great day where Houston dismantled my poor Steelers. Texans defense got all over my Steelers, and Jake Elliott, like I say, kicked the heck out of the ball. Meanwhile, the only bright spot for you was Derrick Henry. So yeah, you split the games. You had down days from lots of your people. DK Metcalf. That was a weird game. That Seattle Giants game. It was very ugly for sure. And even Travis Kelce with a little Taylor Swift there couldn't get him above 12 points, but maybe she got him above 12 somewhere else. Let's move on to the next game. Larry Sellers versus yo wifey.
Oh my God, poor Dawn.
Boom!
I probably wouldn't have been enough. Let's see. She only ended up, good grief, 85.9 points. Wouldn't have mattered. You doubled her up, scoring a whopping 184. You had huge days from all your starters, including, and I saw that game, the A.J. Brown for 42.5 points.
Stud.
That
Yes.
is ridiculous. The reason why I said poor Don, you guys weren't around for the entire weekend, is she was pining all day Saturday, trying to figure out who do I put in, Geno Smith or Justin Fields.
Justin, because Justin's been playing so poorly. Yeah, I get it.
Oh, he hasn't done shit in a year. He hasn't done anything.
No. Last year he was good. Don't paint him poorly that way.
Oh, I'm here to tell you that he didn't have a win since like sometime in the middle of last season. So maybe his numbers
fantasy wise he was good last year. That's all.
Maybe they're terrible. You're right.
Yeah,
I was
a crappy team.
Fantasy wise, I was mostly speaking that team's performance.
I got you.
Well, she's had, it wasn't a surprise because they predicted it, but rarely does a rookie do as well and as high up on the draft order and as well as Bijan's doing. And
he's awesome.
Good. Yeah, he's having a great season so far.
He's a real deal.
Over to you. You got a big rebound game. Who he needed it bad. Lamar Jackson.
Right, I did.
So you got 32 from him. Kamara 21. It's almost like the Kamara of old kind of numbers.
Yeah, and in a crappy game too, low scoring game, he still got his numbers. I was happy about that.
A stud out of Notre Dame named Kyron Williams comes back after a rough week last week, so maybe you didn't blow all of your money, gets you about 30. And then, as I said, 42.5 from A.J. Brown is massive. And then here's where I feel bad for you, right? I'm glad you got 30 out of a Kane, if that's how you say it. A-Chain. But you're right. The position you were in last week is, do you start this guy? It's a no-brainer now. But before last week, it wasn't.
It was only 1 week of data, right?
But good job. Your Steelers deep. Oh, my God. Yeah, you didn't highlight that.
No,
why not?
No, or is it just I should have red circled them. It was painful. The whole day was painful for the Steelers. But thankfully, I got the win, and I needed it, like you said, to bounce back. Had a huge day from those guys. And, just thankful that some of those guys hit that I was looking for. Let's move on to our current
I can't believe you sat Wilson.
Well, yeah, I thought going up against I don't know who they were playing. Was it the Patriots? No, it was the Kansas City Chiefs that night. I just thought it had better outcome, but I was wrong on both of them. They both would have done better if I sat Tutu and Lockett, right? Who I thought would do better. I thought he'd be steady, but that Giants game turned into a mess quickly. So it's a guessing game right now for my wide receivers.
All right. So anyway, good job, Matthew. Whatever. You beat up on my wife.
Oh,
you can
shut up.
Go right. Okay. As you put on the front page, there's a lot better quarterbacks out there, but Justin Herbert, 24. He's supposed to get 27. What the hell did you stick him on the cover for?
Because he still played a good game, and he's a huge quarterback in the league. It doesn't have to be exactly I put the highest scores on every week. Okay. I put who I want to put. No, I'm lying. I put whoever's in the top 10 photos of the NFL.
Oh, okay.
And I choose the ones I like. I'm like, I like that one. Oh, no, that one doesn't look good.
I see. Okay, Herbert gets 24. He's supposed to get 27, so he did what he's supposed to. We did what we're supposed. Okay. Tony Pollard, let's see, 9. DeAndre Swift, 17.9. And this is for wing leaders 13. Hello, Sam. 33 from Puka Nuka Luka. Wow, somebody woke up.
Touchdown to win the game. It was impressive. Yeah,
he's continues his great season. Wonder if that will change when what's his face comes back. We will see. And she is still feeling over there, getting her 15.2, 131. Ends up taking down Dallas Hurts. Scored exactly what she needed to. Dallas Hurts scores about 124 in a losing effort. Chris Godwin showed up for 21.5. Marquise Brown, not too bad. And the Ravens D, got like that, 26.8. But a rough day out of Joe Burrow, 4.7. Yeah. That makes 2, if I'm not mistaken, 2 tough
2
weeks
in a row that were really
Burrow.
bad. Yeah, there's all kinds of questions around Cincinnati right now.
Yeah. Miles Sanders, 6.2. And Dallas Goedert, only 4.5. That's rough. But well done, Sam. You have another in the winners column, and Dallas Hurts. Why can't I never rember who is that? Cat? Yeah,
it's Sam. I mean, I'm sorry, it's Cat, not Sam. Sam.
Cat's team. That's right. All right,
Cat's team. Yeah. So good luck. Next week it was a rough day for Cat between Burrow and
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, they didn't score. right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're not even close to what they're supposed to be short. Although Sam Graham was close to it, which was interesting.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Hang
Sam
your
just
hat.
continues her.
Your team's gonna get better. Do not
Yeah,
worry.
Sam just continues to roll with her big scores. Not quite as big as she had the week before, but like you said, more than
There's
enough to get
enough.
it done. So
Yeah.
congrats on another win. Let's move on to the next one. We're up to poor Todd. Oh,
Okay.
poor Todd.
I hate the effing Eagles. Ends up getting it done. This is Greg. We already mentioned Greg's got a good team. They continue to score well, 152.2. Jalen Hurts, who does hurt Dallas. Dallas hurts. I don't know if that was the pun, but yeah, he came out, was 32.16. Montgomery for 36.1. Not a great day for
He
Mamondre.
stole everything from your wife's work, or from Jameer Gibbs.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, Montgomery had all the touches and all the touchdowns in that game.
I did see a lot of chatter about Hawkinson, and they did show him catching. That must have been one of his few catches that they showed on the red zone, because he only got 4.4. But decent days out of the rest. Eagles could do a little better than 5. But Tyler Bass with 14.6, he gets 152. It was enough. Todd was supposed to score 141, but they did not come through. As I mentioned many times on Sunday, if I was on the chat a little bit, Richardson looked great, so he picked up a good one there. 33.
That was another game that got off really strong to a fast start for the Rams, but then Indy, much like Denver, just kept coming back, and Richardson was a huge part of it. So
yeah, and then looking at the rest, oh my goodness, it's just a matter of his team didn't perform to what they were supposed to do. If you look,
and I think Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was out early in the game, so he got his points and then he was done for the day. So that
Smith come through with what he was supposed to, but that's about it. Everybody else underscored 13.99, 1.4 out of Olave, 1.1 out of Musgrave. Good God, I know you mentioned he was hurt. But yeah, he had a couple of ones on the bench. Let me see. Would it have been enough? No, I don't think it would have been enough.
I don't know.
But he left some points on the bench with. Is that
Terry McLaurin and Pacheco? I'm curious why he didn't start Pacheco over somebody like Moss, but maybe the numbers look good, or Pickens or somebody like that, or Palmer. I don't know. He must have thought there'd be shootouts in Houston and the Chargers, but it didn't perform. But it didn't show up with Pickens or Palmer. We'll get to Todd's woes as we get to the standings, and then congrats to Greg with another win, solid win, pretty decent scores from all of his guys. So congrats. Moving on to the next one, Nick's picks versus your sister.
Okay, Nick's picks finally has an off day with his monster Mostert, who only got 5.5. That guy's been just going insane.
He had a couple fumbles that hurt him.
Yes, and I think this is an issue of don't bring your ladies to the football games. Neither of those Kansas City Chiefs did well. Kelce and Mahomes underperformed.
Mahomes can't not bring his wife to the stadium.
Leave him at home.
Leave him at home. You stay home, women.
That's right. He was unable to break 100. Don't fret, Nick. That will turn around looking at your average. But decent day from, let's see, on the flip side, on Terry's side, this is my other dynamite fill-in, pointing out the obvious on Sunday. Good grief, Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs. That's all I heard that day. Both those guys team up for about 90, which is incredible.
Insane.
Yeah, that'll work. 29.1 from DJ Moore. Oh, he was your guy. Lots of some guys underperforming after that, if you look down the rest of those, but didn't matter. AJ Dillon with only 1.1. I'm not sure what happened there. And Travis Etienne.
Well, what happened was Aaron Jones was playing. Not that Aaron Jones had a huge day, but he came back, so that limited AJ Dillon's carries. Although maybe they thought maybe Terry thought he'd be on a pitch count just coming back off the injury, that Dillon would still get like split the reps or something like that. I don't know what his usage was, but anyway, tough day for other guys. But you didn't need him when you get 90 from your top 2 scores, and you can get some fill-ins everywhere else, right?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nice one. And sorry, Nick, that was a tough day for you. You had some down numbers, especially with T. Higgins and Mike Evans. And Mike Evans was injured too. I don't even know if he's going to be playing this next week. I didn't follow up on the injury report with him, but that's tough too for Mike Evans, who's been a high scorer. Let's move on to Log Jammin versus Treehorn. This is a straight up Lebowski match.
Oh, I love this. So, Joe, thank you. Joe took my advice from last week's video. Changing his name every week awesome. Just to piss you off, which I love. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, Log Jammin' had a good day. Christian McCaffrey puts a 50 burger out there.
Huge day.
Yeah, geez, that'll work. Tua, well, that Miami team couldn't fly as high as they were flying, so they had to come back to earth at some point. Cook, I don't know why you highlighted him. He did what he's supposed to do.
I just thought it was a higher score on his team. I just put together the highest ones on his team.
Okay, Jamar Chase a little bit, but we talked about that. Burrow did not have a good day. Ayuk shows up for 22.8, but basically this is what happens when you get a 50 and the rest of your team does what they're supposed to do. You end up getting 165. So that will work. It was plenty to take down Jackie Treehorn's notepad, which I love that one. Trevor Lawrence for 18.48. That's what he was supposed to do. A little bit more from Justin Jefferson. He needs a little help again in RB, Joe Mixon and Joshua Kelly. Yeah, I feel your pain, Joe. I need some RBs too. Let's go get some. Debo Samuel, weird score, 0.6.
Yeah, it's a rough day for Debo. He's supposedly coming off of an injury, and he's supposedly fine, but people said that he didn't look right basically out there running around. So I don't know if he's gonna take a week off or if he's gonna get fixed whatever's going on with him. But let's hope
decent day back. From
I should have highlighted Christian Kirk. Yeah, he'd had a good day too.
Decent day from Kirk. He got 16.88, and the once top scoring individual line in the fantasy football, the Cowboys defense are back to their monstrous scoring ways.
Yeah,
scoring 34 points. Very nice. He's got a little bit more help on the bench, though. Maybe it's time to put old Khalil Herbert in.
But again, he was much like Fields for Don. He had been not doing much, and so I'm sure that's why he was on there. I'm sure if Joe puts him in next week, he might get 0 and then be like, "What? Come on!"
That's what's tough with these guys who score. Okay, look, your guys on your bench are going to have days of 10,
sure,
maybe 15. When they start scoring
20, 30, 40, yeah, it's tough.
50 something. It's tough not to start.
Makes it tough not to put him in the lineup. I totally get that. That's what the love and hate of fantasy football is. Let's get to the standings, Mr.
Okay, here. I'm sure this is
going to be with Brockway.
Oh, good God. This is pitiful. 500, just like in the other league, is enough to win it. Camp Krusty in first at 2-2. Dallas Hurts at 1-3. Important. Excuse me, I had to burp. Poor Todd, 0-4. Todd, we got to get you one in that win column, buddy. Ogdenville, we've got Log Jammin' in first place at 2-2. Oh, look at this one. Larry Sellers' homework is at 2-2. And Nick's picks all at 2-2. 3 for first. No one wants it. Much like the Speaker of the House, Nobody is leading this division, in Ogdenville. North Haverbrook, undefeated. I thought so. Great, well done. The only undefeated team left in the league. Very nicely done. It's enough to stay in front. Jackie Treehorn and Gentleman's Four Quarterlies, good job, Tare, tied for second place. So well done. And then in the last column here, I unfortunately got to move this. There we are.
Springfield.
Wing leader 13 out front all by her lonesome at 3-1. Well done, Sam. The Waller Brawlers split one with me. Sorry, Don. I tried, but it didn't work. That keeps Don tied for second, or you could say tied for last in that division.
Yeah, you failed her, dude. Nice
I did. I totally did.
Yeah, so division's starting to shape up. We're 4 weeks into it. We've got a little bit of separation. There's still a long way to go, obviously, for everybody. Everybody's still in it. Don't lose hope, even you, Feedbag. Let's move on to a little diagnosis of what happened. Diagnosis negative.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah. Here we go. High score.
Boom.
Larry Sellers' homework scored 184. Doesn't matter. Sam outscored you last week by a bunch. Bottom of the pile, Malibu Stacy's 88 points.
I want to check their
86. If you score 86, you ain't going to beat anybody, but whatever. Bragging rights, Larry Sellers. Good. You beat up on my wife. I hope you feel good. Tough guy. Bad beat. Dallas Hurts had a painful week. Losing to wing leaders 13 by just 7.3. You're going to have close games. And then sharpshooter Dallas Hurts can see the future. Got hold of Biff's Sports Almanac.
That's funny.
Okay.
Back to the Future 2. Duh.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Dude. Sorry, you didn't write it, so you can't laugh at it. It's not funny.
What does this mean? That he started all the right guys, I guess?
Yes, exactly. And I think Dallas Hurts is a girl. I think it's Kat. She started all the right guys. And I do like about the bragging rights part is they woke up and chose violence. I'm like, that's a pretty funny line. I like that. Moving on to the next one.
Because it's your stupid team.
Whatever. I would have said
I didn't pay attention to this today. So Matthew, I will be entertained here for the next 5 minutes. Take it away.
Are you not entertained? Sure. We had a couple of battles here. It looks like everybody was going after Romeo. Oh, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? It looks like Romeo is going to Bunny Lebowski's log jamming team for $22. Jay laying the wood down for that
again.
one.
High bids all season.
I know, big bet. Todd and I have set the market. we have screwed up the market by putting these high bids in. $30 for Cole Kmet. Did anybody ever think he's ever worth $30? Apparently Terry does, and he did score a touchdown or two this last week. So that was good. And Wingleader 13 goes after CJ Stroud, who is the best of the rookie quarterbacks so far and looking awesome. I mean, Richardson, it's going to be a race between Richardson and Stroud, but both of them look really strong, and not even a close one there. It looks like Jason way bid low for $5, and she went right over the top for 26. The rest of them were all just individual ads for lower dollars and or $0.
Did you get your guy?
I got my guy. I got my Commanders going up against those woeful Giants. So I hope they do better than my negative Pittsburgh Steelers that got me negative points.
I like that all of your bids from here on out are
zero.
Nothing. You just have to hope
that nobody else wants the same one I do. Otherwise, I'm screwed. $1 beats me every time. It'll be great when it gets to the end of the year and people know that I'm desperate for something, and they'll be like, "Oh, $1, Matt. That's all they need. Somebody needs to get, exactly. So, okay, let's move on to.
Wait, do I have enough money to put in $1 bids for the top 10 players on the wire each week?
You could do that.
Yeah, maybe
and I wouldn't be mad because I consider that strategy, unlike you, Dingus.
Okay, here we go. Speaking of being, Biff's almanac or whatever, here we are trying to see the future. Let's see what we're staring at here. Jackie Treehorn's notepad. This is Joe. He's projected to get 135 against, oh gosh, that's me, Camp Krusty, projected to win? No, lose. I'm projected to lose by
you're projected to lose
0.5. That ain't gonna happen. Points. My guys are playing average.
Playing average. Whoa, don't scare them. Don't scare them with that one, Kev. They're playing average. Yeah, this will be interesting because you have Jacksonville, I think, who remain in London for a second week, and Buffalo goes to London. So does that affect them? I don't know who's going to stop Buffalo. I don't think it's going to be Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville's still going to score quite a bit on there. And then you have Cincinnati, right? They're going to Arizona. They got a banged up Joe Burrow.
A guy. DJ Metcalf is out.
Yeah. This is the first week of bye, so these are going to be a little bit off because I did it this morning right after 9:00 after the waivers cleared. So these aren't going to be exact ones. So numbers will change, but like I said, Cincinnati, how will they do against Arizona on the road with a banged up Joe Burrow? Does he play? Does he not play? That could impact all the players, obviously. Oh, looks like Khalil Herbert snaked his way in there already, so he's already going to be playing. We'll see if he can come back with another 24 for him or if he comes up with a dud. On your side, KC versus Minnesota. Ooh, that could be a track meet. KC could just whoop up on all Minnesota because they got a crap defense. Derrick Henry against Indianapolis. That should be an actual good game. And then we got, you got 3 of those going in that in that Indy game. Oh, 2. No, I take it back. 2 in the Indy game. And then DJ Shark going up against Detroit Rock City.
He underperformed.
You might get a big one from the Bills against Jacksonville. If they whoop up on him in London, you could get a big defense score. That should be a good one. I don't think it's going to be 13 points. I think it's going to be
they're projecting me double digits.
Let's move on to me versus I hate the effing Eagles, man. Is he undefeated, the Eagles? Is that the Eagles?
Yes. Oh, good one. Best team in the league right now. Let's see what Maddie's got. So you've left Jackson in there. Look at your projected score. Look at your average score. You got to like that. 175. They're projecting 154 against Greg's 140. So they think you're going to win with your current lineups. We shall see. You are playing the top team in the league. Do you have enough?
I don't know. I hope I do. I hope Kyron Williams' hip's okay. They say he's not practicing, but he will play. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. But I put Wilson back in the lineup. We'll see if he can do it for me in my rotating wide receiver slot of who's going to be lucky for me this week. We'll see if it works out. Should be a good matchup. Let's move on to Wing Leader 13 versus the Malibu Stacies.
Okay, so this is Sam versus Don. Hopefully, babe, you have a bounce back week. I think you might. It's got her projected though only to score.
But again, look at the numbers. I don't think they have Geno Smith going because he's questionable.
Buys, so.
Right, and then she's got the other ones on buys. Right, yeah.
What does D is doubtful. So Sam, just FYI, Pat Frymuth, at least as of right now, is listed as doubtful, and they're not even getting that many points. So you might want to switch that guy out. Down, babe, you need to switch out a bunch. So this would be a good game. Sam's coming off of a good week. She had a win last week. Dawn desperately needs one to try to take hold of that second spot in her division. So we shall see. Any question? I bet. Who knows what she decides to do with Geno Smith versus
well, I think he might be on a bye, so she might have to start
that's
Fields.
That's right. Very good. Yes.
And if that's the case, will it be the Fields we saw last week, or will it be the Fields we've seen 3 weeks before?
The rest of the weeks. Yeah, exactly.
I think one of the best games of the week is going to be Houston versus Atlanta. That should be a fun game to watch. It's going to feature both Bijan from her side and CJ Stroud from Sam's side, so that should be a really good game. Same thing. I mean, John's going to be missing out on Amari Cooper. How will Dallas do against San Francisco? That's going to be the game of the week, right? Dallas and San Francisco. Yeah. That's the Sunday night game. How will Tony Pollard go up against that mighty San Francisco defense? Does Puka Nacua continue his thing? Are they going to work in Cup this week, or is it still going to be more Puka, or will it be a split? Will be interesting to see. And yeah, it should be a pretty good matchup. This should be a fun one with lots of implications based on some big matchups. I'm excited.
And Don doesn't get the Browns, who've been averaging 17 points for a defense. So they're also on a bye. So okay, next one we've got Dallas Hurts projected to get 125 versus Uncle Todd's Family Feedback.
Looking Uncle Todd, his first win.
Yeah, it's time for a win. It might come against Dallas Hurts here.
He's got Pacheco in.
Yeah. Oh, does he? Okay.
Yes, he does. And he's got McLaurin. He's got both them in from last week.
Nice. Todd's on top of things. Well done, Todd. Shows Todd's going to win, but again, way too early to tell. She's got Chris Godwin on a bye and Jason Myers on a bye. I realize those aren't huge scoring positions, but we shall see. Once she sets it, this one's probably going to be a very close game, actually.
Yeah, brother versus sister. She could have Brian Robinson have a big game.
Because look at their averages. The average scores for the players very.
But a lot of this for her is going to hinge, I think, on Joe Burrow's play. Right?
He's got to bounce back.
Does he get right against Arizona, which he should get right against? They're not that great. Or does he continue to fall from
Burrow's is nursing an injury, I believe.
Yeah, calf injury. He came into the season with a calf injury, and it's only seemed to be aggravating him worse as the time goes on.
So it's so weird because he might have a calf, and I know they say your whole body is.
We're running out of time, so make it zippy.
And I know relax, and I know they say that your whole body gets involved when you throw the ball or do anything, but when you watch him play, it looks like he's got that's a good look. It looks like he's got an arm injury almost, the way he's throwing the ball, kind of without a lot of dip, but. Hey, you got to start him. If he's playing, you got to start him.
Right.
So,
and it's not so much, an arm injury as it is. It sure seems like he's tossing those balls short all over the place. Not that long windup where he can really sail it down the field.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Higgins or Chase or Boyd. Yeah. Right. He's just dinking and dunking everything. And if that continues on, that could be. I mean, if they start playing that, if the defenses start playing that, it's gonna be really tough for him. But again, we'll give him another week, see how he does, and let's see if he bounces back. On to Nick's picks versus Log Jammin'.
Okay, Log Jammin'. So Log Jammin' coming off of a big win that last week. He's got good average and good projected score of 155 going against Nick's picks, who's again bye-week issues. So we'll wait and see. But as of right now, it's a 57.9 difference between the two.
It's a huge difference.
Yeah, so not only does Nick have a couple of bye issues there. So his other questionable is on a bye, so it don't matter. So lots of work still to do on these. But if you look at the averages, it looks like overall Jay probably has the stronger team. Let's see if Jamar Chase has a better week, as we expect Burrows might. They're linked. As one goes, so does the other. But again, you pointed out we've got that huge game on Sunday night with Dallas and San Francisco. He's got McCaffrey, who just came off 50 points. He's got a lot of Niners. Look at that. He's got Brandon Ayuk as well. I just saw that. And
he's going to be rooting for them against his beloved Dallas Cowboys. That'll be a great consternation to watch Jason get all upset about the entire night.
3 players that are going to that are decent, scoring positions that he's going to have to wait and see what they do against his Dallas team there. So that's I like what you said. I think that's the game of the week there. Not this one, but the Dallas and
show. And look at Jason. Congrats to Jason. Look at his player rankings.
That's 4, what I'm saying.
1, 4, 4.
I mean, when you have that many in single digits,
you have that many people that are scoring that high, it's hard to lose. Yeah. So it's been interesting to see him lose on a couple of those games. Let's move on to Terry. First is Mr. Clemens, the Waller Brawlers.
Okay, the Waller Brawlers, even though they're averaging 152, they think he's only going to get 139. Sorry. That's Terry. My bad. So, yeah, Terry, I think they're doing you dirty there. On the flip side, the Waller Brawlers coming off a massive win against yours truly. They have him projected to be 132. So this is projected to be a very close game. And I'm looking, at least these lineups right now are not impacted by buys, but Terry's got a lot of green check marks in those higher scoring slots on the top of this list here. So
yeah, well, as Terry goes, as Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs go, so does Terry go. Those are the anchors of her team. Yeah, and that's what and we all know that. So if they happen to have a down day, that's the day you want to catch her for a win. But it's tough because they don't have many down days, and even on their down days, they still score pretty decently. So it's a tough match for anybody. We'll see what Mr. Clemens can put up. Maybe Russell Wilson can pull another rabbit out of his hat and say, let's ride in Denver and mean it. I don't know how Damon Pierce is going to fare against Atlanta's defense against the run. Amon-Ra questionable. You hope he goes because he's his biggest one. And same with Nico Collins. Had a huge week last week. Let's see if he can do it. And poor Darren Waller. That was supposed to be his offense, and nothing's going through him. The Giants look a mess. I don't know what he's supposed to do there. We'll see what he can do. And then, Terry, like we said, we talked about that. She's got Pitts, who's been the Pitts, but it doesn't matter because of her score. And James Conner's looked nice except for last week. So we'll see.
I was just going to say, James Conner has been a little bit of a surprise this year.
Surprised everybody.
Yeah, not great last year. I even picked him as a question mark this year in another league, and it's been not terrible.
No, he's kind of been your guy, I'm guessing, at least for a couple of weeks there.
Yeah.
So nicely done. Let's move on to the next. Hey, Ribfest is next. We're done. So Ribfest is coming up on Sunday. I hope you celebrate. I hope you remotely celebrate, Mr. Heath.
I'll do something.
At least have something. Send a picture of something you're eating that's decadent and good that you cook, because you will be here in spirit. Obviously, you and Dawn.
All right,
Kat,
I like that.
Of course, because she's not coming. Clemens will not be making it. I know he's a crowd favorite, but he is currently redoing a bunch of crap on the outside of his rental house that's on his property. So he has to be doing that this weekend. He's not happy about it.
Still doing that?
Yes, he's still doing that. I told him to hire somebody. Don't be a cheapskate, but I don't think he's doing that. I think he's doing it all himself. So he won't be there, but a few people that we know will be there. I think Joe will be there. I'm pretty sure Jason will be there. I don't know about the rest of the people. We'll keep shaping up the menu. Get things nailed down for it, but this just should be a nice fun day to relax and watch some football and enjoy some good food and do a little trash talking while we're at it. They're always fun, and it's weird being this deep into the season and doing it, but I'm fine with it because as much as I love the kickoff of the first week, it's fine doing it another week. It doesn't matter because the same people go. It's not like we're missing people. We did get more people, so happy to do that. It's almost
like it's turned into one of the league, outings during the season when you do it.
Yeah, for sure. And on top of that, we need to get the outings too. Last year that was left to Terry, and that kind of fell by the wayside. I know people were busy, but I think we'll have to have somebody else take that over so we can push people out and get them out into a bar stool here or there so we can go watch a couple of games.
Yeah, we are. If anything, this league is about getting people together, even as far away as Idaho, but get people together and out as it were. So I think a couple ago you did that place by Clemens. That might be a choice.
Yeah, he's found a couple of good spots up near his area. We actually went there. We all went there for lunch not too long ago. He has both the outdoor place that's really good, and then he has another place that both has indoor and outdoor seating. And I can't remember what the name of that was, but that was right up in Loomis, I think, and that was really delicious. So hopefully that'll be fun, and we can do something like that again. I'm sure we'll have somebody pick a place up there that has some screens and go up there. So we need to get Harry Potter's predictions for this week. Give me an upset, give me a game, give me a score, give me something. What does the Wizarding Eye see this week, Harry?
Oh, let's the Wizarding Eye. Let's see. Hello, Matt Dickey. Hello, BONESTORM. Let me see. I have to get my picks. They're in the cupboard under the stairs.
That's where you live. That's where they used to keep you. Who was the miserable kid?
Oh, Dudley.
With him? Dudley. That was great. Dudley.
Yeah. See, how do I know? You're supposed to be the big I read all the books guy.
I did read all the books. Sorry.
That's fine. Cousin Dudley, I don't like he's a bully.
Exactly.
Much like Matt Dickey.
How dare you? I knew that was coming. Just get to your picks, Harry. We got 2 minutes left.
Okay, my picks are, who does Matt Dickey play? Oh, I think Matt is playing Greg, the toughest team in the league. I pick Greg.
Shocker, you jerk. Give me one prediction on highest scoring team this week.
Oh,
you can't say Dawn just because it's your wife.
Let me look into the looking pool.
That's a Pepsi swill. Don't get him too close. It'll burn his face up with the acid.
I predict a big win for Todd.
Yeah, Todd. Hopefully Todd gets his first win. Nice. I like that. Okay. Any other parting thoughts for you, Harry, or his owl? Does his owl have a name? I can't remember if it's owl.
Yes, his owl's name is Hedwig.
Oh, that's right, Hedwig. See, you remember all those things. I think you've been watching it more than I have.
Of course I have. I love it. I live here. This is where I go to school, dude.
Loser. Yeah, you wish. You hated school. You would have walked out. You would have pulled a Skittles trick at Hogwarts. No, you would have been walking out. Where is he? I'm getting Skittles.
I'd need that thing where you could spin it and be 2 places at once. That way I could.
That would be you, like Hermione did. But you'd be eating Skittles. Hurry it up. Take us home.
Take us home.
I'll take us home. For Kevin Heath, this is Matt Dickey. For Kevin Heath and Harry Potter, this is Matt Dickey saying, hit it, Terry.
BONESTORM.
Yay, yay. Nicely done.